Another type of stones, pebble-like texture, is, in my opinion, a little bit easier to quilt and has also very distinct characteristic and looks great. And actually I like using it in many different panel quiltings, and I have to put specific texture, like really stone-like. So these are more like rectangulars but with rounded corners, and they are leaving much less space that is unquilted, so you do not have to go back and fill the spaces in between. You can, of course, if there is some larger triple junction, regardless of the shape we are choosing for this kind of densely packed texture, it is important to keep this continuous movement. So I'm just going around and then when I see a good place I am going out. So with this type of patterns, ability to travel is very important. And as you can see, the pebbles take a lot of thread because I am again out of bobbin. Let's continue. The advantage of this pattern is definitely lack of out spaces, because you fill them immediately as you go. I can also change the directions of my stones. Or they are almost looking like bricks. I quilted a baby quilt where I had a wall, a part of a tunnel for the trains, and I used this all over this part of the fabric, and it looked so good. It was one of the best baby quilts I ever quilted. So this is definitely stone-like character, and it's a very interesting pattern, even if it's a little bit more time consuming. You can see I will go back here once more because this space is a little bit too large, and I will go back here. I'm leaving some space because I want to add one more type of this kind of stone-like pattern. want to start from this narrow space and then move to the sides. So I'm just traveling to get there where I want. Now, the last one, I want to show you in this one square. Simply these patterns are, the principle is very easy, but they still take some time to quilt, and I think they are so similar we can use the same quilting area. And in the last one, what you are doing is you are just putting shapes that are filling all the available area. So there is no odd spaces left at all. And you can get a very interesting results that way. I'm adding those little parts so my stones are fitting perfectly. There is nothing left to fill in between. Everything is fitting just nice. I can vary the size. It's important always to add some bigger and smaller sizes. That gives adds some interest in the texture. Because we add this traveling, we are really enhancing the shape. Always go around, so I'm trying not to change the direction, and that's definitely what slows it down here, but it really adds to the texture. Now it's really like a stone wall. Oops. I think my foot is too high and the thread didn't like that, so I have to cut this part away. That's the problem with the ruler foot or challenge. You have to judge exactly what is the good height, especially on my machine, which does not always like to work with polyester threads. So I'm going back to the previous, and we will start there where the so if the ruler foot is too high, if you have this kind of roller foot that it's floating. There are also jumping ones. You will start either skipping stitches, or in my case it will start threading thread. So this 4 overall patterns from the same pebbles stone family. Those patterns are for people that really like strong textures, strong lines with lots of traveling. Also adding irregularity to my shapes. Always keep this, I try not to change the direction of my movement, so I follow the shape and go around. You don't have to do that, I think, but I think it helps with the flow. So, and the next square is filled, and you can see the difference in the different textures and how tactile they look, so you immediately want to touch those. Whatever is your favorite, pick one and put whatever you like and how you like it, and we will concentrate now on next pattern.